Happy New Year, everyone. Welcome to today's trade ideas and signal. And this is our first analysis of the year. And without wasting time, we're just going to go straight into it. And this happens to be our last analysis for last year and where we stopped trading from. And this, I have, what is it called? This order down here on lower time frame of 4 hour, anticipating that we're going to hit it before we go into the even though we did put some orders within this particular level here before we have this level being tapped. I did not drop this particular one that I did hit TP. So I was hoping that we're going to fulfill this block that we have here before going into the something. So without wasting time, I'm just going to go straight into it for the new year and try and analyze what we can capitalize on based on what we have, what market is doing currently. If we zoom out and we try to see on the on weekly and monthly something, we will see what the market is doing. I'm sorry for all the background noises. I'm in one of my business locations, and here we have a lot of things going on at the same time. So, but at the same time, I really want to do the analysis so that at least we can have our monthly, weekly expectations, even yearly expectations. And if we're going to just do yearly expectation, this is starting from January 2025. Uh, let's just put okay. Okay. But okay, this is the year low. This is the low of the year, low of last year, and last month something December to end year, and this happens to be the high of the year. So with what we are having here on monthly, automatically we have two liquidity points that we are anticipating from what the market is doing. So we have this is previous year low and previous year high. This is the closest liquidity from where we are trading from. And at the same time, we have some other levels that we can be anticipating from here. And if we check last 2 years, which is 2024 to 2020 to 2025, here happens to be the high of that last year. I mean, of 2024, and here happens to be the low of last year. And what do we see? I mean, here happens to be the low. This is the low of last year. This happens to be the low of 2024. So we did have the first, what is it called? The first low of the something to be taken out before we go into the high and we trade above the high. And another thing we can be anticipating before the high can be taken, we have this level. It can actually serve as our mitigation block for us moving forward in this new year. So we can be anticipating this level being, even though this particular leg already did proper mitigation of this leg. And what we are having from this high here, as we can see, we have a very great rejection from this level. But at the same time, we have this shift. But before the last 2 months of the last year got close above this level, and we take the liquidity above this high here. And having that within the market, we can properly say that we are expecting some kind of movement above this level, and this newly open candle here is suggesting the fact that we can take the liquidity above that high at this. This happens to be our two previous months something. That's the closest liquidity that we have in the market, which is previous monthly high and previous monthly low. So we have these two liquidity points, at least for now, that we can deal with January. But on the yearly something, we have previous yearly something. We have previous yearly high closer to where market is trading currently. So we can be anticipating that at least we might take out the liquidity above this yearly high before we come into these low levels. But looking at weekly, what we can see from this particular level is the same thing is kind of repeating itself. And we have this massive block here that can be serving as protection for this previous monthly low. And if we look at monthly low, monthly on the other hand, we zoom closely into the something, we see that we have some internal structure. This is weekly order block for that matter. That's OB for us. But if we are going to look at it, if we look at the OB, we see that that would be that's weekly OB. Okay. But here we have monthly internal structure in the market. That's a monthly internal structure. So monthly internal structure. And these are the two levels that we have from this level. And these levels here might be actually be serving a level, serving as a point of support for the price to take the previous monthly high. If we go to daily, if we try and see what the daily is doing currently, we see that we have we have this level here. Let's see weekly. We can see there is another internal structure that lies here on weekly, but we have this OB which might be serving, but this particular leg that creates internal structure on weekly has created what is it called? Has created another internal structure for us on weekly. So, but if we tap that, can just weekly internal structure for that matter. Weekly internal structure. We are trading with internal structure already for this week. So we can be anticipating some kind of reaction either from this weekly OB or from the weekly internal structure, or might still get to daily, monthly internal structure. But if we check on daily, we try and see how market is doing currently. And if we try and see, we see that there is an imbalance within this level, which might kind of give us some proper price reaction into that level. But one thing that we need to note from within this level is the fact that we have some levels here that we are anticipating from within this level. If we study the structure very well, we will see that we have liquidity above this high being taken first. We have the liquidity above this high. We have liquidity above this high being taken. That's total small. And that's for lower time frame. So we have major 32 up. So the liquidity above that high on daily has been taken, and we have a break of structure which is flip on our hand here. Simply because we have this 32 for major level, and it's this particular leg is supposed to hold the price from going down, but it's just which is automatically giving us the fact that we've shifted, price has shifted from either from the left side to the right side now, and all the internal structures that were highlighted coming out cannot be properly relied on that much. Might not be able to properly rely on that all these internal structures, but we can be hoping that we're going to have something, some kind of reaction from this OBN. So these are macro something, micro expectations that we can be anticipating in the long run. No, we are doing yearly, both yearly analysis, monthly and weekly analysis is what we are doing today. So the video might kind of be long, but if we are able to follow through on all this analysis first and we get to some level, then automatically henceforth we know where to position ourselves in the market. And even if we look closely on daily, we have this internal structure. Whatever make this internal structure to give way to this leg, then automatically this all these other blocks that we have here, we might not fully and totally depend on them. But nonetheless, since we are on daily now, and we have this particular what this is what the market is doing, and automatically what we can be expecting from what we have from this level is the fact that okay, since we have a total soup of that level, we take above and we break below it, just like we break. What will determine the breakage of this major flip is the closure of this candle today. But at the same time, we close. If market close price close below this low, we'll be expecting some kind of level from this level, then into the something. So we can be anticipating this other block eventually and not regard all these internal structures that we have along the way. So we can just simply be looking forward to this other block. But even the other block, the only level that it happens to be clear here is this something, but the other block that was created through weeks. The only thing is we have some level of imbalances here. And at the same time, this other block that we have here, there is no imbalance on the right side of something. But nonetheless, if we look at monthly or weekly, we will see. If we check weekly, we will see that the other block stands way and can actually sustain price from going down. But anything can happen from within that level. So what we're just going to do basically is still stick with our something. Let me just give us an analysis here. We have this I being taken out of the something, being taken out of the market, then we break below this low. We break below this low, then we can be anticipating this particular level to be our what? Our breaker block that sponsor this high here to be taken out to give price something. So this is what we are anticipating in the market, at least for now. So we can now be anticipating this level here to be our entry point. And that's exactly what we're going to kind of be doing, at least for now. We'll not be taking trades from the left side of the market for now. We'll be sticking to uh on the right side of the something. And as you can see, we have this indecision candle here, but as you can see, we have this something that has properly mitigated the something. Then the only thing we can be anticipating from this level is the mitigation block of this particular leg here, this breaker block that we have here today. If we check on 4 hour, we try and see what the market is doing currently. And as you can see, there is proper mitigation of all these levels, uh, all these levels coming down. So we can be expecting some kind of movement from John. So we can just be expecting some kind of movement from all these levels there. So on 4 hour, for now, what we're just going to do is to be expecting and anticipating some kind of movement along this line here. And the only place that is open for discussion is this particular leg. This leg here is where we can be expecting some kind of movement from. But personally, if I'm going to take the level, I'm just going to take it from here, the mitigation block that we have here. So I'm going to be going with mitigation block. I would rather go with mitigation block from this level, and that would be my entry at least for the long something. So what we're going to do is just place our trade, expect 1 to 5 from the something. I will not want to go lower now because of what we are at the beginning of the new year. And we have to be very, 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 very careful in the markets. If not, we can be. So it's good. I would rather let's add 336. Let's make this 36 pips, and that will give us 180 pips. Return, which will give us 1 to 5. And if price move in our favor, anything can happen in the market. You are just always need to have that at the back of your mind. And if we check it through, it's landed on what is it? It's landed on our OB that we are anticipating from this level here, weekly OB. So now, uh, that would be our trade, at least for now, for the month, for the month at least, and for the week as well. So we'll be expecting, we'll be following this leg here. This is the leg we're going to, and whatever the action price is able to create from for us within this weekly internal structure, monthly internal structure, and weekly order block, we're just going to monitor it through. So at least for now, this will be my trade and what I can recommend that we capitalizing on. So I guess that'll be all at least for now. Thank you very much. Have a profitable year, profitable month, and profitable week and day. God bless us all. Thank you.